Hello, beautiful people. Honest Am here, the creator of the Honesty Sis newsletter, a bi-weekly newsletter geared towards people who are truly trying to get their shit together. And I am here for another daily motivational video where we use the tarot to become the alchemists of our lives. A little bit about me. I do not just use the tarot. I use God and cusses in the same sentence, and I may mispronounce some things, but if it does not stop Charlemagne the God, it will not stop me. Angel number 24. Let's get into it. Go. God! It's like, no, all right, let me calm down. Angel number 32. God, what messages do you have for us to become the alchemist of our lives, to do magic in public, to bring heaven on earth, or just to create change in our lives? What messages do you deem worthy for us to hear at this time? If any of our guardian ancestors, guardian angels, or beings of light would like to step in, well, they are more than welcome. I'm a clear and open vessel. In God's name I pray, Ashe. All right, y'all. Angel number 55, advancement. I love it. Advancement. A strong energy is propelling you forward. Follow the strings of your heart. I feel like what is happening right now, we all heard about the big, what was it? Jupiter, Pluto. I don't know. We heard about the thing that happened on 21st where we got our AKA our powers, but really what was happening is we were entering the Aquarian age. The slate was wiped clean. If you're ever familiar with that saying in the Bible, the 400 years of captivity, all of that has been bought. I mean, it's been paid for. James Baldwin already told us that our crown is bought and paid for, but not really, like that bitch is just literally like hovering above all of our heads. And it is literally just on us to just step into it. And so I feel like right now, you may have been just getting inklings and urges, seeing little signs about things, and God is just asking you to just follow that, because right now he's really trying to push us into this new era. So if you do not like the way that your life is going and you don't know which way to go, God is just asking you to trust your heart. Underneath this is vibration. Your vibration is being raised to higher levels. You are connected to the cosmo intelligence. And so I feel like what this is saying is that I feel like it's so funny. I actually, to be completely transparent, I had just did another video that was all about ascension, and us graduating and celebrating, and then my manager called, so I had to cut it off. But I feel like this message still applies. I feel like God is saying is that maybe either you are going through an awakening, and I view awakening as you just realizing that you are in control of your life. So say, for example, when I was 22 years old, I was working in public accounting. I had just got my MBA. So the outside world, I was successful. But I feel like I was dying on the inside. And I just was driving to work one day and I was just like, this cannot be my life. Like, I cannot be living my next 10 to 15 years like this. And I realized, like, up until that point, I was just doing whatever my mom said. I wasn't very conscious of my choices and my decisions. And so that is the process of awakening. And so if you're just realizing like, oh, I'm not really sure, I'm not really sure how I got here, but I don't like where I am. God is saying, use your heart to guide you out of it. And for others of you, I feel like what God is saying, congratulations, because your vibration is starting to rise to the next level. So maybe you have been on your journey and on your path of ascension for a while. And God is saying now you are getting the part where you are really, truly starting to co-create with the universe. And he's teaching you how to use your powers and things like that. And so I do say powers, and you can take that, take it or leave it, whatever you believe it to be. But he's asking you to just continue to follow your heart, because it's going to naturally take you on the path that you need to go. So that message is for all of us. Angel number 504. But for you guys that are newly awakening, what God is saying is that in order for you to raise your vibration, like say, for example, you realize, I don't like where my life is going. I don't really like the people that I hang out with. Like, this is just not really the life that I want to live for myself. God is saying he wants you to start taking some time out to meditate. And it doesn't have to be, it could just be moments where, where you're driving in your car and you just turn off the radio, and you just allow your mind to just, you just really be in that moment of driving in your car and just, zoning the fuck out or whatever, Or it could be you doing yoga, or it could be you writing, like whatever your yoga could be. Your yoga could be every night when you wash your dishes. It's the yoga, we say yoga, but yoga is really meaning to be present with the breath. And so whatever helps you do that, God is asking you to start having more moments of silence. And that will really help you be able to get more clear on what your heart is telling you, and you'll be able to trust your intuition more. So that is what this message is all about. I'm going to get some more cards out here. God, clarify this. Oh yeah, see, a lot of sleepless nights. I feel like you're just having a lot of sleepless nights because you don't like how your life is going. And what God is saying is to really take that time out to have some stillness and some quietness. This is also talking about, hidden fears, you being maybe afraid to like go into your emotions. Maybe you're afraid to have that moment of silence. Maybe you're afraid to really face your emotions and feel your emotions. But God is saying you can't advance. You can't move forward without feeling your emotions. You won't stop these sleepless nights until you feel their emotions. So feel them, face them, take your mask off, look at the reality of your situation. But I also feel like God is just saying, as these women here are also naked under the moon, that there's a need for you to be to be vulnerable in your life and to allow others to come in and to assist you, and also being vulnerable to the universe and to the cosmos. Maybe you have not, the thing about, I'm just going to say it, the thing about the Black church is that they don't teach us that our power is inside. They teach us that our power is external. And so a lot of us are waiting for God, or we feel like, oh, well, since I'm such a good person, then God is going to bless us, not realizing that we have to work with God. It's just like what it says in the Bible, faith without works is dead. So you can have all the faith that you want. You can have the faith for the mustard seed, but if you're not moving with that faith of a mustard seed, then it's pointless, okay? All right, God, clarify this message of advancement and vibration and stillness. What do you want us to know about this, God? Make it as plain as possible. Angel number 656. Love this. I love this. So the card that came out is the 8 of Wands. And what do we see right away? Angel number 720. We see fast motion. We see, we're up in the desert. We're moving. It's wands straight ahead. So this is always talking about fast communication. And that's why God is saying there's a need for you to have some stillness, to be quiet, to be vulnerable, to strengthen and tame your wild side, because if you don't, you're going to miss your opportunity and your chance for advancement. So say for example, what example was I about to give? I was going to explain the process of meditating, but I don't even think it's about you understanding how to meditate. I think it's more so about you understanding the sides. And so with your intuition, like, when you're kind of newly using your intuition, you can get this signal that you should do something. But because you are so caught up in your past, or because you're just so busy and you're just moving, you can miss it. And so God is saying, don't miss this opportunity that's coming, because this opportunity that's coming in is going to create a tower moment, 833. But again, I actually look at tower moments and death cards as the most positive card that we can possibly have, because what God is saying is that if you've been having that realization that you don't like life, you don't like how your life is going, and you want to make this conscious choice to change your life and change the direction it's going in, there's an opportunity that's going to come in within this week, within this month. I'm for real. Like, it's something coming in and you need to be mindful of it. And God is saying he doesn't want you to be in your head about it. Like, he wants you to kind of just move, without thinking about it. If you do that, that's going to cause a tower moment, and you're number 911. But it's going to completely shift your perspective and completely change the way that you view and go about life. So really, 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 really take that moment to calm your mind and just to tame that beast, because I really feel like this tower moment, this opportunity that's coming in, is going to lead to a tower moment that's going to lead you to your 9 of Pentacles, which is ultimate abundance. You're going to start seeing the fruits of your labor. This is for you guys that have been that's been on a journey for a while. Opportunity is coming in. God is asking you to take that opportunity. That opportunity is going to completely shift and change the way that you earn money. And so he's asking you to allow it to do it. For other you guys, this is just going to start the process of it, and you start a new cycle. So either way it goes, very positive, but it's positive, but it's gonna be, tricky. Like, so we think that, we like to think about change as just being roses and daisies, but some shit gotta fuck up first. God gotta fuck some shit up before, the victory get here. It's just like that famous saying in the Bible, counting on joy when you come across troubles of any kind. So he said, like, you counted on joy because whatever is happening, it's happening so that it can shift you to your best place, like it's to shift you where you need to be. So just be mindful, be mindful this week, be mindful this month. But there's some opportunities coming in. If you don't be still, and if you're not, in sync with your body, you may just miss it. I'm done. God, give us one final message to clarify advancement with vibration. God, what happens if we take that time this week to be just quiet and still? What if we take that opportunity to shift our life? What comes for us? One card, please, God. Listen for the truth. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Angel number 1121. In another video, I was talking about how, like, we have to start changing the way that we view ourselves and the way that we're carrying ourselves. And so God is asking you, maybe that is the opportunity that you have. Angel number 1135, have this opportunity to change how you carry yourself so that you can facilitate a shift into your world in a different way of being. But the message that we're going to focus on right now is angel number 36, listening for truth. Truth is speaking to us constantly, but not always in words. It may communicate through a feeling that is hard to put into words, but bring an inexplicable sense of peace, trust, and knowledge that somehow everything is going to work out perfectly, even if there's little evidence of how it is all going to happen. Remember these cards, y'all. You are being asked to listen for the truth beneath the words rather than the superficial messages of the words themselves. This is especially true for the communication of those around you, the press, the newspapers, and the mass media. You will begin to hear fear in the words and action of those around you, even as they preach love. Listen deeper. Listen for the truth. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is constantly denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what it may reveal. As the basis of such actions, consciously or not, in a deep sense of unhealed toxic shame, if someone... I'm sorry, y'all. Let me start this over. This oracle comes with a message of truth for you. You are hearing something that is not being said, and what you are hearing is truthful. You may feel as though you are the only one that is really ready to hear or see it. Perhaps you have been working in a situation or loving in a relationship where truth is constantly denied. We live in a world where truth is frequently avoided out of fear of what might be revealed. At the basis of such actions, consciously or not, in a deep sense of unhealed toxic shame. If someone or someone else is fearful that the truth will expose rather than free and heal, then some personal healing is required. It is time for letting go of old wounds in favor of a greater sense of love, self-love, and acceptance. You are being asked to love yourself even enough to honor the truth, even if you feel like you are the only one doing so. Sacred rebels need truth like the air needs lungs. Truth keeps the energy of life flowing through the rebellious heart. Lies dampen the spirit of the sacred rebel. Even if those with less awakened hearts fear the truth, you must not turn away from it. Don't resent to the state of affairs. Perhaps your job is to show the truth that can be witnessed, even when you may not want to hide from it. What others do is always their choice, but through your honorable deeds, Done with integrity, you will set free no matter what's the outcome. You are a truth seeker. Never deny or try to dampen this down to make others comfortable. You are meant to be an agitator at times, even though you don't have to confront people to do it. You don't necessarily have to say a word, though sometimes you will. Often you will aggravate in the most loving sense of unveiling truths simply through your knowings. Hold compassion for your truths you behold. Do not use them as knives to cut another or yourself with harshness, but as a clear insight that allows one to loosen the knots that binds simply by knowing which threads to gently tug. This oracle brings you guidance. If you have been worn down and depressed by lies, gossip, deceit, or backstabbing going on around you, don't fret. Get out in nature and spend some time communing with the infinite. Healing will come to you now, no matter how many times and in how many ways or how many tongues untruth is spoken. You know what you know in your sacred rebellious heart. That truth is your connection to the living truth of life itself. Don't give up. Just open up to healing and know that the truth will always eventually prevail. So we're going to say this together. Angel number 16. I now release all vows of silence I have ever made, consciously or unconsciously. I now release all lies, deception, and painful words, spoken or unspoken, that are affecting my ability to clearly know and speak my truth. I am held in unconditional love with protection and grace. So be it. Ashe. Within me and beyond me, all that rises and falls, only truth shall remain. Angel number 1630. And so to wrap this message up, I feel like God is saying this week, there is going to be maybe you may have a conversation, maybe you may receive some type of correspondence that's going to trigger a truth off in you. They're going to say something to you, but underneath it is going to be something else. So automatically, as I was reading that message, I was getting the message that it's just like women intuition. If you feel like, your partner is not being honest and you feel like, or you feel like you need to have a conversation with your partner, I feel like what God is saying, don't avoid the conversation, because if you avoid that conversation, you're going to miss the opportunity to shift your relationship. And so I feel like what God is saying, have the courage to have those tough conversations, face the truth so that you can shift yourself into a much better reality, into the abundance that's meant for you. God is saying, be the hunter, not the hunted. This is the time to take your power back and not allow anybody lies or shame or gossip to stop you from living your truth. All right, y'all, that is all the messages I have for you. If you got to the end of this message, please give me a thumbs up. Down below, please give me your key takeaways. Until we meet again, dream those dreams. Never let the internet rush you, and never, ever let somebody tell you what you cannot do. Namaste. Until we meet again, create consciously, choose wisely. Bye.